According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, musculoskeletal or soft tissue injuries continue to be the #1 cause of injury among workers, resulting in days away from work. Companies typically have a clear understanding of the personal and financial toll these injuries cause, but finding a way to avoid them can be a complex puzzle, with many pieces to select from. If you're watching this video, then you must be exploring solutions. You may be overwhelmed by what you have found. Different solution providers will recommend ergonomics, stretching, lift training, early intervention programs, and wellness, and tell you what they offer is the best solution. At Atlas, our perspective is different. For each client, we consider a variety of solutions that come from the disciplines of ergonomics, healthcare, and wellness. Our goal is to help clients, like you, understand the strengths and weaknesses of each option and create a customized approach that is best. Our recommendations will vary by industry, client, injury type, site, and job. The goal of this video is to simplify what may seem complex now and hopefully help us start a dialogue. Let's get started. And we begin with a fictional employee. From a work perspective, this employee can be viewed as having 4 areas of worker readiness: mental focus, strength, flexibility, and endurance. You may think their readiness is equally balanced, but it usually is not. Employees may be stronger or weaker, more or less flexible, and have varying levels of endurance and mental focus. In addition, their readiness can change over time. Aging and health issues can make them weaker and less flexible, have less endurance, and potentially lose mental focus. Worker readiness can also change quickly, over a day, an hour, or even within a few minutes. Physical fatigue can occur if work demands are high, if tasks are repetitive, or if the work is done from an awkward position. This may impact their strength, flexibility, and endurance. Mental or emotional fatigue caused by a lack of sleep or increased stress will reduce mental focus. Finally, if an employee uses drugs or alcohol, their overall readiness will be reduced. Your goal with every employee should be to maintain or increase their readiness each and every day. Next, let's look at the other half of the equation, which is their job. Like your employees, jobs have 4 areas of demands: mental focus, strength, flexibility, and endurance. It is important to note that endurance comes in 2 forms. One is a cardiovascular requirement, or how fit your employee needs to be, and the other is their ability to complete repetitive tasks. The good news is, usually a job does not change as much over time or as quickly as your employees will, but it is important to remember that this is not always true. Jobs can vary if the process or product changes. Recognizing these changes and considering how they will affect your employees is important to keep in mind. Finally, and most important, we need to compare your employees' readiness to their job's demands. The equation is quite simple. To avoid injuries, your employee's readiness needs to be larger than the demands of the job in all aspects: mental focus, strength, flexibility, and endurance. If the demands of the job are ever larger than an employee's readiness, whether at higher, within a workday, or over time, they will likely experience discomfort, pain, and may get injured. The bigger the difference, the bigger the risk. With that perspective in mind, let's take a quick look at how different injury prevention solutions impact the equation. Let's start with job demands analysis, which is quite simply measuring the demands of the job. If you don't understand how hard the work is, you won't know how to compare it to an employee's readiness level and know if they can safely do their job at higher, after higher, or when they are returning from an injury. Job demands analysis is the foundation of any strong injury prevention program. Next is ergonomics. Ergonomics is quite simply making a job's demands as small as possible by design, thereby ensuring any employee can do any job safely. Ergonomics is a perfect solution and works best when you can modify or redesign how the work is done. Pre-employment physical ability screens is another option and helps make sure a job applicant's readiness is larger than the demands of the job they are applying for. This option works best when jobs are demanding, there is high turnover, and injuries occur shortly after hire. A stretching program is another option. And stretching before starting work and at mid-shift or throughout the day helps increase blood flow and range of motion and reduce muscle strain. A stretching program will provide a short-term increase to an employee's flexibility and endurance. Next, if your employee feels discomfort or pain, an early intervention program provides a first response, non-reportable care alternative to urgent care and emergency rooms. Through assessment and OSHA-allowed non-reportable first aid, a trained healthcare expert helps your employee recover and regain their readiness. In addition, they can work at their job site to coach your employee on ways to make their job's demands smaller. As part of an early intervention program, mindfulness training can be provided. This helps with two things. First, it increases your employee's mental focus to avoid accidents and mistakes that may occur when they are inattentive or working on autopilot. Second, it helps increase their awareness of their own readiness throughout the day. Finally, wellness services come in all shapes and sizes. In short, the goal of any wellness service is to keep your employees healthy, to maintain or improve their readiness today and into the future. So, if you are interested in learning more about any of these solutions, please explore our website, or better yet, just give us a call and let us tailor a program to protect your employees and your bottom line. We are confident you will like what you hear.